Hello everyone, it's been a long time since I've done a beekeeping video. I do apologise, I've been extremely busy. I have been out here working on the hives. Winter update, I lost a couple of hives over winter. One of them was down to me. I ran out of time. I didn't get the combination done and I lost a small colony. I had one colony which disappeared, completely disappeared. There was honey in the hive, there was no bees, no signs of bees. It was completely empty, disappeared, which is a bit bizarre. But anyway, we'll get into some hive inspections. This colony made it through winter, nice and strong. I had to add a super a few weeks ago. They came through winter on brood and a half. We got a little bit of honey in these, or nectar. We got some bees cleaning out cells as well. That's more like it. We got a decent sized cluster in the centre there, and all of this is full of nectar around the centre here on both sides. This frame is full of pollen around the top, honey around the outsides, and full of eggs in the centre. And again, it's the same on the back end of this frame. A nice big patch of brood there, nice big fat larvae up here, and then honey and pollen right around the edges. That's chocker full of brood. This is just pure eggs on this frame. What's not capped brood is eggs on here, and the same on that side. So you've got a good strong laying queen here. Okay, so now this is the hive that's next door to that one we've just checked. There's a lot more activity in this top super here. I'm not going to go check this one, I'm just going to wait. If it's heavy, then I know. It's relatively heavy. Actually quite a bit heavier than I was expecting, especially after I'd looked at that last one. I'm slowly phasing out these plastic queen excluders. I just don't like them. They twist, they warp. You can't clean them properly. They're just not for me. Other people, yeah, if they work for you, use them. But for me, not for me. I've had a little bit of wax moth over winter. We've got a lot of brood in here. Nice big drones. We got eggs on this frame. Okay, so I don't have to worry, we got fresh eggs. This frame is nearly all eggs, but both sides of that frame's full of eggs. We're getting eggs this far back in the frames. I don't really need to worry. Right, so this colony again got a super about 3 weeks ago, sorry, with everyone else. There's a very few bees on the top. So they've barely touched it. They've well stuck it together though. Wow, we got a lot of young larvae on that frame. All that in the centre is young larvae. And on the back of that frame is all eggs. This is where it's not capped brood, it's fresh eggs. On both sides. The centre of that frame is just fresh eggs. Everything else is brood. There's a little bit of capped honey on this side. Possibly stores off winter. Wow, this frame is complete eggs. And the other side is absolutely packed with pollen. This side is packed with pollen. These girls had quite a harsh winter. In one of the storms we had over winter, this hive was actually blown off its hive stand. Yes, it was blown off its hive stand onto the floor. It had opened up between the brood and the super on the bottom, because it was done on brood and a half. All the bees were exposed to a lot of snow. I expected them to die. I picked the hive up, moved it over to this location, a little bit more sheltered, and expected not to have a colony at the beginning of the year. However, they've come through and they're doing very well considering, you know, what they'd gone through during the winter. Okay, so last hive to inspect. This colony, I've got the super on just for a little bit of food in case the weather went a bit bad. I put a couple of frames of stores in here. So 2 weeks ago I went into this colony, which was further over to the left, well, my left, sorry, and they were ready to swarm essentially. They had queen cells, there's drones about in the other colonies. These were ready to swarm. So I moved the queen here, split in, put some of the queen cells in the original box, And then I had another box and put some of the queen cells in there and split the rest of the colony between that. So I split the colony 3 ways. This box has still got a little bit of stores in, but they've obviously eaten some or taken some down. Yeah, they had 12 queen cells scattered across 2 frames. They had 6 queen cells a frame, so I just knocked a few back on each frame and put them in their own boxes to start their own colonies. It's full of young larvae, some fresh nectar. You know, the queen started laying almost straight away when she came in here. This is what's not eggs, is brood. It's completely full with one or the other. And the same on the other side. Hoping to see the queen because there's not many bees in here. Wow, yes, fantastic, massive queen. They've actually filled this with honey, or nectar, sorry. She's looking for somewhere to lay. So these girls need to move this nectar elsewhere so this queen can carry on laying. I haven't shown you 2 of the colonies that are behind me now because they're new splits. I'm really happy with how they're doing. I'd have liked to put some more supers on this week because 2 weeks ago they looked like they were just going to go ballistic and have an absolutely fantastic build up. We haven't had perfect weather this week, so I think that's put them back a little bit. They've probably spent a lot of time indoors, so they've eaten some of their stores, but they're still building, they're still looking strong. From what I had and what came out of winter, this is fantastic. Again, I apologise for not keeping everyone up to date with everything. I have had a lot of other stuff going on and not enough time to do everything. But I have been looking after my bees, that is the main thing. If you like what you've seen, if you've got any advice for me, if you think there's anything we can improve on, please comment, like, subscribe. Everything supports the channel, it helps support the bees and what we're doing in helping our local environment. Thank you very much.